Yep, we got a golf cart. When you own an RV park, you gotta have a golf cart, right? Hey, welcome back. This is Steel and Stone Restoration, and I'm Eric. And in this video, we're gonna be talking about owning an RV park. So stick around, check it out, and maybe you can learn a thing or two or have a laugh or two. So why buy an RV park in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico? Well, first reason is you gotta buy a golf cart, right? There's a story there, and I'll show you the first little video we filmed on that. And speaking of that, I want to apologize. I'm new at all this. A lot of my early video I did in the 4:3 format ratio instead of the current 16:9, which is easier to see on smartphones and smaller devices. So I got to apologize for that. I'm learning. We're going to get better, and it'll be better. So back to the RV. Well, there's Dennis with our new golf carts. Free. They were free. Clean one owners. Say something, Dennis.
Yeah, we'll see how it is. Maybe it'll run, maybe it won't. It's a nice little cart though, I mean.
Clean one owner. That's custom, man. So back to the RV park. Well, you got other cool reasons like the mural behind me here. One of our residents did that. When we bought this place, those are 2 sheets of drywall. I'm sitting on the porch here, and this is kind of our meeting area, our general little hangout area. And at one time, the previous owner was gonna enclose all this. So he put some drywall, he started with some drywall, and they've been up there like for years, like 10 years. And we were sitting out here one afternoon, and one of my residents said, "Can I paint that?" We're like, "I was gonna take it down, it's just falling apart." And she said, "Well, I'll paint a mural, and you'll have your own mural." So we have our own mural, and she's a pretty good artist, so that's pretty cool.
So this is Teresa Bevan, and she's the artist. Is there anything you want to say about your mural, Teresa?
Well, it was sort of like, there it is. There was this big wall. It had nothing on it. So I just got some buckets and I came in. I painted this. How about that?
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? Thank you, Teresa.
That's pretty cool. But the real reason we bought the RV park is actually to get out of the snow in northern New Mexico is one of the reasons. We love the hot springs here in TRC, and we wanted to diverge our investments a little bit. So this buying an RV park, you have a tangible asset, something you can put your hands on, something you could put some sweat equity into, something you can work at and make better. And if you do it right and if you do it well, you can make a decent living, or at least make it a decent investment. So with this place, that's what we've done. This last year, we've been a year now. This last year, we put a lot of money back into this place. I'm gonna show you some of the things we bought. Now, the golf cart really doesn't count, but you know, a free golf cart still costs you money. There's no such thing as free, right? But we've done a lot of improvements here, a lot of improvements. So if you're gonna buy a RV park, especially an older one that's kind of been, let's just say, neglected, not necessarily run down, but neglected. You have to be kind of handy or be willing to pay for someone to come in and do electrical work, plumbing work, reframing work, painting work. You got to be handy in that aspect. So fortunately I can do all that stuff, and we've turned this place around. I've done a lot of landscaping, bought a skid steer too. You've seen my skid steer. We'll see if my accountant lets us write that off or not. I don't know. I hope he does. But anyway, it's a small skid steer, so it's more like a wheelbarrow with an engine. But it makes things pretty nice for moving material around. But we bought a bunch of other stuff, just as improvements and upgrades. We've done a lot of work. And later on in the video, I'm going to show you the little bathroom inside the house, and it still looks kind of crappy. But I had to do a ton of work in there, and I'll post some pictures and show the plumbing, how it was previously, and some of the wiring's been a little sketchy, and some of it still is. I'll be honest. I don't think any of it's dangerous, but it's definitely not up to code. So we're working on that, and it's a work in progress. But it's been fun. It's been an experience. It's been it's been pretty amazing. Anyway, and it's a good investment. There are a few more parks here in TRC. you know, come look around. If you're handy and you want to spend a couple $100,000, come buy an RV park. But my recommendation is you get tenants like we have. We've had the same tenants here for the whole time we bought it. Our RVs, we haven't changed out any tenants in the RVs. And so when I walk around, I'll tell you a little bit about it. We had one guy that was here 20 years in the same RV park. Came out of the Northeast, got tired of being in 30-degree below weather. He worked out in the weather. He said, nah, enough of it. I'm moving out west. So that's what he did, and stayed here 20 years. Passed away last year. Good dude. He was a good dude. All right, so we're gonna get on with the tour. All right, I'm gonna check this video. Well, this is where we start the tour. This is the entrance to the RV park. And if you can hear back behind me, they are working on the highway. So we're getting a new highway in. So see, TRC, man, it's up and coming. You should come by an RV park here if you're so inclined and you're handy. Anyway, this is our porch. And on the porch is our meeting area. Picnic table, chairs and tables, and our mural. And then we have a bathroom out on the porch. And this is one of those semi-portable bathrooms. We bought this last year, installed it, and they're actually pretty nice. It's got a shower. It's got a full bath. Obviously made in China, but they're pretty good sized. So there are several things you have to have as an RV park. One of the things you have to have to be an RV park is a bathroom that all your guests / tenants can use, have access to, with a full bath. Well, not a full bath, a shower, and obviously a toilet. So we bought this, we installed this. This is storage back there. Last year, and I'm going to show a little video of that. It's pretty cool. We had to get kind of creative with the plumbing. I don't know if you can see back there, but the plumbing had to get pretty creative. So you just got drops out of the bathroom, and we had to plumb it into the existing plumbing, which I'll show some pictures. Anyway, so this is a back door to the house, and we're going to go in and show you some of that. And this is the original rock house that was here, built in 1940. It's not a very big, dude. It was a one-room house. The first addition was in the back there, and it was just, I think, a bathroom is what they originally had. It's our laundry room now. So this got a little porch, and that was it. That was the whole width of the house. And then they added on out back. Then they added on over here on this side of the house. The way they added on a whole upstairs. And I'm going to show you that. It's interesting. And something I'd never seen before. So now the house is split up into 3 apartments. This portion here is essentially one apartment. And then this side over here, this big side, is one bigger apartment. It's got a bedroom, a big living area, big kitchen, and a bathroom. And unfortunately, the other 2 apartments, they actually share in a bathroom. So that's the shared bathroom in the house there. And that's the reason we bought this bathroom. Because not only was it shared between the apartments, but all the residents in the RV park had access to the bathroom. So you essentially had everybody using the bathroom that people in the apartments were using. And so this is inside the little common area of the RV park. We have a little laundry room. We bought that commercial washer and dryer last year. Several reasons. And this is the community bathroom, shared bathroom for the 2 residents that live in the apartments. It's just a little bathroom. That's it. But here's something interesting about this old house. So it's got an upstairs, kinda. So you open this door, we get some really steep stairs. Really steep. And I don't know if that gives you perspective or not. But we come straight up, and it's got really low ceilings. Right now we're just using it for storage. But the previous owner actually stayed up here, which I don't know. It's kind of a little spooky. This is her bedroom, and if you see, the ceiling is not very tall. So it's like a little hobbit door right here. So you come in, and it's kind of dark and scary. And you have the attic space over there. And you have these little cubby rooms in here. And there's a fan, so you're getting a little light with a vent fan. This was actually, there was when we first looked at the house, there were grow lights in here. And the first time I cleaned the house up, there were pot leaves in here. So, put 2 and 2 together. Someone had their little grow operation up here. And then in here, he was starting to enclose. There were some walls framed up over in there, and someone started to section it off. They drywalled the ceiling. See, it's all drywall. I've cut some of it out to rerun wiring and whatnot. But they were going to do a little grow room up here. Actually, he was going to have his own grow empire. Anyway, what we can see is you've got a shingled roof, 3-tab shingles, roofing shingles. So we're standing on an addition to the old original house. Here's the old original house. That's the roof of the old original house. That's all of it, the original rock house. And they just put a whole new roof above it. They raised the roof, literally raised the roof. So, and if we can get some light on the subject, I will show you. There's still some original knob and tube wiring in there. So let's see if we can crawl up on this and get some light down in there. And there we go. You see, that's some original knob and tube wiring. I mean, it's not connected anymore, but it's still there. So that tells you the age of the house. I mean, we see it, just not in anything new. Kind of something else to note here. You see the HVAC plenum there and all the insulated HVAC ducting. There was a central air in this house, but because we've got it separated into 3 apartments, we put mini splits in all the apartments so they could all control their own temperatures. So it just made it more efficient. Made it way more efficient, way more cost effective, and more comfortable for the people living in the apartments. So that's why you see all the ductings pulled out, just kind of wadded up, and one of these days we'll pull it all out, but right now it's not hurting anything, so we're just going to leave it. So that's just one of those little freaky things, not freaky, strange, different, call it what you want, about this house, about this property. And we found a lot of stuff like this on this property. So stay tuned and you'll see more. All right, so moving out in the RV park, we have 11 sites here, and we'll get the big view of it. And it's only about 2 acres, so we really don't need a golf cart, but it's just an excuse to pick up a free golf cart. Anyway, the one rig I can talk about, that's ours there, the Airstream motorhome, 1992. It's a classic. So we traveled the whole western US in that thing for a year and a half. We lived in that RV. So that's another thing that kind of drew us to the RV park is or buying an RV park, is because we had lived in ours full time, so we knew a little bit something about RV parks. We also learned a little bit about installing meters, because this site didn't have a meter. We had to put a meter in there. They were charging him a flat rate, so in the summertime he got a good deal, and in the wintertime the RV park kind of got screwed. So anyway, yeah, put a meter in. All right, moving on. Yeah, my wife's got a thing for flamingos now. So she got flamingos there, and you look out there, you got flamingos out there. All of our tenants here, they're all long-term full-timers. They all moved from somewhere cold, mostly somewhere cold. Cost of living here to rent an RV spot's reasonable. So they got out of the cold, and they just ended up here in TRC, living here. So most of them are fixed income and retired. I think we only have one resident here that's actually still got a full-time job. Anyway, there used to be a swimming pool right here. The previous owner put an above-ground swimming pool. Unfortunately, I think she took out some trees to put the pool in, so we put trees back in. So that's one of the things we've done, put some nice trees in here. Anyway, there's a swimming pool here, and we had a tenant that lived right over here, and she had drank a little too much, and she wasn't here. She's no longer here. And a previous tenant. Okay, so we had a previous tenant that lived right over in this area, and this RV wasn't here, and she had had a little too much to drink. She backed out of her sight, back through the swimming pool, water everywhere, pulled forward, went through that carport, and through the back fence, the neighbor's fence over there. And apparently, you can see the new part of the fence. Apparently, when she hit that fence, she was giving the car all it had, and she was still going to town until they got her out of the vehicle. So they had to replace the fence. She got hung up on the fence. So that's one of the interesting stories about one of the previous tenants. And we had some previous tenants that thought they were electricians, thought they were gonna hot wire the meters and save them a little, because we charge a flat rate for the rent, and then we charge a metered rate for utilities. So they thought they were going to save on utilities, and they reversed the polarity. So I've found two of my pedestals where the polarity was reversed, which only screwed up the RVs, which is unfortunate, but I'm not liable for that. Anyway, we got a little raised bed garden here, and that's because I took out the community garden way over there where my sand and gravel is now. There used to be a little community garden. I felt bad, so I took it out. So we built this little raised bed here. And so we've got residents from all over the country, mostly, like I said, Midwest and Northeast. And we've got residents, so we got one resident. Our artist is from Cuba. Anyway, you'll meet her later. I just asked. There's my shop truck. I built that when we're still in Nevada. I had a pretty nice shop there. So I left the mining industry and turned a hobby into a job. And my hobby was working on old cars. And I was just working on mine, and then people found out, oh, you work on cars? I was like, well, maybe. And that turned into a job there. But that's one of the trucks I built. Yes, it does have a Cummins. And here we go. It's a reason for all these videos, because I couldn't find anybody else doing it. There's the block, and there's the buttresses going up. So we're moving, we're working, and then in the next couple videos we're going to be doing more work about the buttresses. So there's a rock building starting to look cool. And all right, we'll see you next. Well, that's about it for this video. Didn't get much work done today on the rock building, because today is the day we had our monthly get-together at the RV park. Once a month we do a little potluck, gives everyone a sense of community. It's good. But I was able to get an interview kinda with the artist of our mural, so that was kind of cool. And anyway, you can probably see behind me, I'm working on the buttresses, but I'm several videos behind. Just takes me a while to catch up. We have to do the work, film, edit, you know, set cameras up, all that crazy stuff. Anyway, my next video, which will be coming out soon, is going to be all the prep work I did before we could actually start the buttresses. So I had to take everything down on the building and get all that done, and I rented a high lift and all that. So anyway, that's coming up soon. Stay tuned. If you got any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, hit me up in the comments section. You know how to do that. and I appreciate it. And just, you know, keep watching. And I hope you got something out of this today. If you're looking to buy an RV park, hit me up, man. All right. See you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.